Hey carpet cleaners, John here, and in this video I'm going to talk about how to deal with difficult customers who leave bad reviews when it's not your fault. If you've never heard of me before, my name's John Williams and I run a company called AGB, or Ads Grow Business. We specialize in one industry and one industry only, the carpet cleaning industry, and we specialize in one thing only, getting carpet cleaning businesses like yours booked out with jobs on autopilot using our specialist digital marketing system. I'm on a personal mission to try and help as many carpet cleaning business owners as humanly possible, not just survive but thrive, whether that's through working with us one-on-one or through this YouTube channel. So let's dive right in. So, how to deal with difficult customers who want refunds and leave bad reviews when it's not your fault. Let's dive into the training. Nobody likes an unhappy customer, obviously. It creates stress, anxiety, and worry that the person may damage the reputation of your business, may spread false lies about you, leave bad reviews, especially when it's not your fault. You know, you've turned up with all the good intentions and it just turns out the person's like a really difficult customer, the kind of person that's impossible to please, that just loves having an argument, that's maybe a bit of a toxic character, that's one of these people that, you know, if you look them up, they just leave a bad review about everything. They've clearly got issues and they're on a personal mission to try and make everybody's life a misery. We've all had people like that, and it can, like I say, it can be super, stressful. It can cause a lot of anxiety when you come across these people, and I'm going to walk you through in this video the best ways of dealing with people like that. Some tips on dealing with difficult customers. Like I say, some people love to be argumentative. Some people can be quite destructive, quite toxic. Some people can really enjoy being crappy. And the key is to don't play into their hands. Never be defensive, never be aggressive, just remain neutral, because a lot of these people, they're looking for an argument, and that's why they start it. It's like the bullies at school and stuff like that. Do not give them the chance. Do not stoop to their level. Do not give them the chance to start an argument with you, because that's when things get messy. That's when it, instead of like your energy being focused on growing and scaling your business and taking it to that next level and managing your people and your employees, your techs, your team, instead of that, you've got all of this negative energy focused on just this one customer, and it's just not worth it. Do you know what I mean? So number one tip for me is never play into a bully's hands. Never play into an argumentative, horrible person's hands. Do not give them the opportunity to create an argument or to start trouble with you and your business, because it will swallow you up. It will completely, overtake your life, completely stress you out, and it's just going to be bad news for you and your business. One of the things that you need to do as a business owner is try and take the personal emotions out of it, which is really, really difficult to do because it's your baby, it's your business, but you need to try and put your own personal emotions to kind of one side and just remember that like this is a business is business, and just try to deal with it in like a business-like manner. Try to remain neutral and not let your own emotions get in the way, because sometimes that could get you into even more trouble, and that's the last thing that you want. So the other piece of advice is always try to come from a place of care. And as much as it pains you, even if it's not your fault, try to appease the customer and do what you can to make it right. So let's say you've gone round, you've cleaned someone's carpet, you went round there, the carpet was screwed, and you made them aware, you managed their expectations that the carpet, it's not going to come out great. I can try my best. I probably would advise you to get some new carpet, but they begged you, they said, oh, please just give it a shot. It's fine. Like, I understand. And so you decided to do it. You did it. You got paid. And then like 2-3 days later, you get a phone call or an email, and the complete person's, it's like Jekyll and Hyde. The person's like got a split personality. They're being really abusive, really nasty. They're being really terrible to you down the phone, saying the stains come back, I want my money back, or I'm going to leave you like a bad review, like you're like the worst carpet cleaner ever, like, oh my God, I paid you so much money. Over 24 hours, it looks just the same as before. Even though you kind of told them that like, look, like this probably isn't going to work, but they asked you to do it, so you wanted to help them out, so you did it anyway. Even though you made them aware of that, they're basically throwing you under the bus, blaming you, and now they want their money back. Maybe something came up, and this is the thing. Often when people behave like this, there's like other things going on in their life that you're not aware of, right? Like maybe something happened with their finances, whatever that is, and now they desperately need $200 or $300 from somewhere. And they need it somewhere quickly. And so that you've become the scapegoat. They've figured, right, you know what, maybe if I go in all guns blazing, I can get that money back off of that carpet cleaning job. And, you know, maybe that's going to solve my financial problem that I have from elsewhere. So there can be a number of things like that. So let's take a step back. So this person's called you up and they're giving you like a hard time, even though you managed their expectations in the beginning. It'd be very easy to start being, you know, they're coming at you quite aggressive. It'd be very easy for you to start being defensive. Hey, you know, I told you this, that, and the other, and start to get into an argument, and then it all kicks off, right? And then it turns into a shouting match down the phone. Next thing you know, the person's leaving you like a shitty Google review. They're jumping on your Facebook page, and they're just basically trolling you, and it's really damaging. It's hurting your business. Suddenly the phone stopped ringing a little bit because the last review on Google My Business is this review, scathing review from this person. And now, of course, that could really screw your business, understandably. So this is why you need to leave your emotions at the door. You need to think about the bigger picture, right? Like you could get into a fight with this person, and then this could consume all of your time and your energy instead of positive energy and doing something more constructive, like actually building and growing your business, number one. And not only that, like it could really damage your business as well if that person then takes it upon themselves to start spreading a pack of lies online about you, because they're in a difficult spot with their finances. They're trying to get a refund out of you, and now they're taking it out on you. Their stresses and frustrations about the other things in their life, they've decided that you are going to be the target for all of that. And so the damage that this one person could do could be huge. So it's probably just not worth fighting it. What you want to do is you want to completely disarm this person by being the exact opposite of what they expected, often what they wanted. A lot of argumentative people behave the way that they do because they want an argument, because guess what? They're argumentative people. So by being the complete opposite, you're going to completely disarm this person and take them by surprise. So let's do a bit of role play around this. Hey man, like I'm really, really sorry that you had a bad experience with that carpet cleaning when we visited you the other day. Let me try and pop round later and see, and let's take a look at it. Or maybe you don't even bother to pop round. You speak to them on the phone and you say, you know, I'm really sorry that the carpet cleaning didn't work out as expected. I did warn you and manage your expectations that you should replace your carpet, and there was no guarantees that this was going to work, but you did ask me at the time to give it a shot, which I did do. So here's what I'm going to do. It's really important for me that customers are happy, so I'm going to issue you the full refund, and next time I'm driving by your neighborhood or whatever, I'm going to drop in a little bottle of spotting kit or whatever that will hopefully remove those stains until such time that you're actually able to replace the carpet. How does that sound? Well, listen, I really appreciate that you took the time to call me. I'll get the refund issued now. I just got one last thing to ask you. You know, even though the carpet cleaning, you know, didn't work out as requested, based on the fact that I'm giving you like a refund, please, you know, obviously we're a family-owned business, so please leave any kind of negative reviews or anything like that offline. I have fully refunded you, so I hope you can appreciate, you know, even though I did, you know, try to say to you that it wouldn't work, you know, I've done the right thing here. So if you can just please bear that in mind before leaving any comments online about the business, I'd really appreciate that. So when you have that conversation, that person probably knew they were taking, you know, the mickey a little bit. They probably knew that they were pushing it, asking for a refund. They knew that their carpet was screwed. They knew that you had managed their expectations. So for you to come along and just be like, yeah, like no worries, really sorry about that, let me give you your money back, it's probably going to take them by surprise. They were expecting an argument. They've turned up to that phone call expecting a fight, right? And if it's someone that loves an argument, that loves fighting, that thrives on drama, there's a lot of those people, you know, this is going to be the exact opposite of what they wanted, and it's going to be the exact opposite of what they're expecting. So it means that you win. You've completely disarmed that person. And it sucks having to give like a refund. Let's say it was a $200 job or whatever it is, but it sucks even more when you start getting a psycho leaving loads of terrible reviews and trolling you online, doing multiple amounts of damage to your business, because those reviews can't be taken down. And once you start getting a review, once that person takes it upon themselves to make your life a misery, it can absolutely screw your business. So what you need to do, like I said, is leave your emotions at the door, take a step back, look at the bigger picture and think it's just not worth it. And it's not worth me, number one, wasting all my energy and time, spending days, hours, weeks dealing with this individual when I could be focusing on something more positive. And it's not worth, for the couple of $100 or whatever the job was, compared to the amount of damage that this person could do, it's just not worth it. It's not worth the trouble. So deal with it swiftly, quickly, and move on. Just move on. Really sorry about that. No worries. Let me send you the money back. Last thing they were expecting. Even go the extra mile. They're certainly not expecting. I'll drop a little bottle of spotting kit in next time in your neighborhood, right? A little bottle. That's going the extra mile now. That's really going to take them by surprise. And that's going to stop you getting any bad reviews. It's going to stop you having any drama. And it just, like I said, it just means you get it dealt with. You move on quickly. It sucks you had to give a refund, even though it's not your fault. But it's just all about removing yourself from the situation, removing your emotions. Remember, it's just a business. Thinking about the bigger picture and thinking about what's best for your company long term. Is it the best use of my time to spend the next day, 2 days, 3 days, weeks fighting this person? Is it in the best interest of the business to fight giving this person a refund with the risk that it might end up damaging my business long term with some bad reviews? That's how you need to think about it. Yeah, pretty much as you can see on the screen there, what I just said. Taking this approach can also help you to grow and scale your business as well, because if you've given someone an incredible customer experience when they weren't happy, it's only going to give you a good reputation. And people talk about that. If people have had no issues, if you completely neutralized everybody that's ever had an issue and nobody's got a bad thing to say about you because you never even gave them a chance, then that's only going to shine through. And one of the best ways to grow any business is word of mouth. And people talk about that, yeah, these guys, I wasn't happy with my carpet cleaning. They sorted me out, man. Gave me a full refund instantly. I didn't even have to argue the point. Amazing. Yeah, and the guy the following day dropped in a bottle of spotting kit. Wow. So it didn't work out for me, but I definitely recommend you give them a shot, and because they might work out better for you. Something like that. So keeping people happy, understanding the bigger picture of the business as well can not only help your reputation long term, it can actually be something that actually helps you to grow as well. There are times, of course, when you do need to fight your corner. Of course, there are going to be situations where, you shouldn't lie down and just be walked all over 100%. You should not roll over and just take it every time somebody bitches and complains. There will be times where absolutely you need to stand up for yourself and you need to fight back and you need to stand your ground 100%. There will be times like that. The key is knowing when to pick your battles, right? When it's worth fighting for. And if it's just some $200 job, it's no big deal, and you can just sense that this person's going to be a nightmare. If you don't give them a refund and it could damage your business, then just just deal with it quickly, get it done and move on. But if you feel, okay, this is a $2,000 job, contracts were signed, agreements are in place, and you feel this person's really taking the biscuit here a little bit, then sure, you need to stand up for yourself absolutely all day long. As I said, the key is knowing the right battles to pick. And if you do get a bad review, by the way, guys, the best way to handle it is to reply to the bad review so other customers can hear your side of the story. One of the things where business owners let themselves down is managing their Google My Business account, for example, and they've got all these people that have left 1-star or negative, reviews, or just left a 2-star thing, and they don't reply to them. The best way to deal with those situations is to reply to them, to be basically on your Google My Business every day and other platforms like Facebook, looking at the reviews and making sure all reviews get replied to. So if somebody leaves you a 5-star review, make sure you reply to it. Hey Linda, thanks a lot. I appreciate, the 5-star review. It was great to clean your carpets. Looking forward to being back to do it again soon. That's how you build community. That's how you build that customer rapport, those relationships. They see the reply, it touches them a little bit, oh wow, that was a nice reply. Hey Michael, great that we were able to clean your upholstery, get such a good job done. Thanks for the review. Looking forward to coming back to service you and your family in the future. And then when you get a bad review, in the example that I talked about earlier, where you did did manage that person's expectations and you made them aware that this probably wasn't going to work out, and let's say you even gave that person a refund and they still gave you like a bad review or whatever, you want to reply to that. Hey Linda, just for the record, I did manage your expectations and tell you that your carpet was so old and damaged that we probably wouldn't be able to do much with it. However, you did request that I do try, despite me making you aware that this probably wasn't going to come out well. And when it didn't, even though you were aware of that, you aggressively demanded a refund. It's clear to me that quite possibly, you might have some financial issues somewhere, but nonetheless, I gave you a full, in capital letters, refund, and so I feel that this review is not valid. And for anybody reading this person's carpet was so old and ancient, there was absolutely nothing that I could do with it, and I made the customer aware, but they still begged me to give it a go, which I did because I wanted to help this person as best as possible, and she has repaid me for this help by leaving an unjustly review. Like, literally put your side of the story down. So wherever, when people are checking out your business, wherever there is some kind of conflict, you've given your account of it, and then that allows people to make up their mind, right? Because people are switched on, they're not stupid. It's 2022. If they saw that, they'd probably come to the conclusion, right, yeah, so it looks like this person was a bit crappy and stuff like that, and like, yeah, clearly their carpet was terrible, and clearly he let them know that, and obviously this person's just being a bit crappy to this particular business owner, and it's not really a valid or fair review of them as a business. The number of times I've looked up on like TripAdvisor hotels or like restaurants and stuff like that to check if it's going to be a good place to stay or somewhere worth visiting or a restaurant worth eating, and there's tons of like reviews that are like 5-star and great reviews, but then in amongst that there'll always be that 1 or 2-star review or that person that's like not happy or whatever, and then when you kind of like read the review, like it becomes blatantly obvious to you that this particular person's being completely like unnecessary, totally over the top, and it's obvious that they're moaning about the most pathetic of things, and that definitely the issue's more on that person than the restaurant. And yeah, like I've come to conclusions like that myself. So I think as long as you always reply to the 5-star reviews, the people that really like you, and to any negative responses that you get. I saw a review, I was looking something up, some bar or something the other day, and someone had given them a 1-star review, didn't leave a review, just gave them like a 1-star thing and didn't type any text. And the owner responded and said, why did you leave us a 1-star review? We're not open. How could you have visited our bar? We're not open at the moment. We're closed due to coronavirus. So clearly it was just some like troll or maybe some competitor business trying to screw up the reviews of this guy's business. And so yeah, like just review. Like if people do leave you reviews, stick up for yourself, give your side of the story, and I think that will help. So anyways, that's the end of this. To summarize, leave your emotions at the door. Remember the bigger picture of your business. If someone's complaining over a couple of $100, sometimes it's best to be the bigger person, bite your lip, just give them the money back. Don't get into it. It's not worth the aggro, it's not worth the time, and it's not worth the damage that it's going to do to your business long term if you get like a bad review. However, there are some fights that are worth fighting. Of course there are. It's just the key is to know which fights to pick and know which fights not to pick. And of course, you're a business. If you do get a bad review, the key to dealing with those bad reviews is to make sure that you respond and give your side of the story so that other people, potential customers, can read that in context and make their decision that actually the customer's just being picky or whatever, and actually that you're a good business after all. So that's it for this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. Do not forget to hit the subscribe button so that you get notified when the next video comes out. And if you'd like to find out a little bit more about working with us on a one-on-one basis to take your carpet cleaning business to the next level, then head down into the description of this video where you will find a link to schedule a call. See you on the next one, guys. Peace.